Okay, I'm so excited. Thank you all for hopping on. Super, super excited to chat all things cruise. Okay, like I used to say I would never go on a cruise because that sounded so scary to be like surrounded by water. This was like a long time ago. And then I earned the Plexus cruise in 2017, Katie, or 18? I don't know. Katie and I earned it together. We went on the cruise and it was one of the most incredible trips ever. It was so much fun. It was so fancy. The food was amazing. Like it is one of my absolute favorite trips we've ever done with Plexus. And so I cannot wait for you all to earn it. Okay, so grab a pen and paper or use the notes section in your phone because what we're going to start off with is our mindset. I think this is one of the key things for earning any type of like contest. So grab your pen and paper. The first thing I want you to write down on it. I want you to write down all the thoughts you had around Leaders Retreat. So you heard like Leaders Retreat was announced. It's a cruise. This is how you earn it. Like, this is the way you get points. You heard all that. Like, what were the thoughts in your head that you were thinking? And sometimes we even have to like stop and think about it for a sec because some thoughts are just like in our head and we don't always like take the time to like think that we're thinking them, which sounds weird, but it happens. But I want you to just write down all the thoughts that you had. Like you're excited or, oh my goodness, that sounds hard. Oh, I don't know if I can earn this. That stinks. You can only get points on level 1s and 2s. I don't know, like literally anything. Put down all the thoughts on paper. And there's no shame around, like, I want you to write the negative ones down if you had negative ones. And there's no shame around that. If you had a negative thought around it, that means you're human. So yay, we're glad you're human. So we're going to just give you a couple minutes to write all that down. And I would love for you to put some in the comments too, if you want. You don't have to. If you want to put some in the comments, some thoughts that you had as soon as you heard, or even now, like when you heard about the cruise, you heard about the contest, right now being on this call, like the thoughts you have around it. And you're going to learn like what we're going to do with those. Because our thoughts is where we get our feelings, and the actions we take come from the feelings we feel. So it's really important what we are choosing to think. And the Bible talks about taking every thought captive, and this is what we're going to do. Let's see. Oh, those are good. Katie said that some of hers are, can I do this? I want to take my team this time. It's going to be epic. I have to go all in now or what happened. So good. Fear of failing to earn, overwhelming, unable to earn. Love it. So thank you all for putting those in the comments. So helpful and so like normal. Yep. So good. Writing them down if you have them. These are called like default thoughts. They're just thoughts that pop in our head. Like one of mine that was like on the negative side was like, it stinks that we can't earn credits from like level 3s and on. So that would be like one of my thoughts that I would put down. Okay, so good. All right. So this list that you just made is like your default thought list. And now I want you to look at your list And I want you to think about like what feelings, more specifically, the negative ones, any of the negative things that you wrote down. What are the feelings that you feel when you're thinking those thoughts? Like Vonda shared, how can I stop people from stopping their subs? Or like fear of not earning the cruise. Whatever the negative thoughts are, like think about the feelings that you're feeling. Is it like overwhelm? You're tired, like stressed, defeat, feelings that come from those negative thoughts, overwhelmed, fear. One of mine was like tired, the feelings I was feeling from some of the thoughts. And when I'm tired, like when I feel tired, what do I want to do when I feel tired? Like I want to scroll social media or watch a show. Like I for sure don't want to like work my business when I feel tired. A lot of times when you feel the side note, but when you feel tired, a lot of it can come from the thoughts you're thinking, not because you're like physically tired, which is crazy. It's all connected. It can make you physically tired, I guess. So it actually is physical, but it can come not because you like worked out all day or like didn't get a lot of sleep. It can actually be because of thoughts that we're just allowing to like, also like thoughts will pop in our head all the time. We can't control like when thoughts just like randomly pop in our head, but we can control the ones that we choose to dwell on. And so this is why we're doing this. Okay, so you're feeling stressed, discouraged before you even start, worried, overwhelmed, fear. Like those are some of the feelings you put in the comments. Now think about like, what actions are you most likely to take from those feelings? Probably like, I don't know, for me, like I said, like I will scroll social media, not really productive, maybe take a nap or watch a show, binge watch something or whatever. You're probably most likely not like doing the actions that you're going to need to take to actually earn the cruise. And so it's just really fascinating. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to create just like one or two to start with, because this can be a lot to take in, but just like one or two, what they're called breakthrough thoughts. And these are the thoughts that are going to create the feelings you want to feel, that are going to result in the actions. You're going to take the actions you need to take to actually help you earn the cruise. And so like a breakthrough thought example would be, what if this is easier than I thought? That's one of my absolute favorite ones. And it actually I mean, everyone's different in things, but I remember when the convention contest was launched and I was like, oh my soul, like it's so hard. And it actually ended up going better than I thought it would. And so like your thoughts are so important. Like, what if this is easier than I thought? Another one would be, and this is, I really truly believe this is the smartest contest corporate has ever done, is another thought. And the reason why I really believe that it is one of the smartest contests corporate has ever done is because if you're hyper focused on signing level ones and developing them, helping them add people, because these are where you're getting the credits from your level ones and twos. At the end of 4 months of doing that, you're going to have so many new leaders on your team. And that's really what you want, because leaders is what is going to help you to be ranking up, to grow a very solid business that is going to help you reach Jewel. And yes, cruises are fun. Trips are amazing. We all want to earn it. But at the end of the day, I think what all of us mostly want is like we want the Jewel income, like that life-changing income that's going to help dreams come true for our families and change so many lives. And so this contest is structured in such a way that it's going to help you achieve that, which is really, really cool. So another breakthrough thought would be, this is the smartest contest corporate has ever done. This contest is going to bring more business builders to my team. So many of my team are going to earn this cruise. So those are just a few examples. And so you can go through your list of like maybe some of the negative.
Recording in progress.
One sec. Here we go. You can go through the list of negative things that you're thinking and try to switch that around. And if you need help, you can always put it in our team thread after this. But one of my ones that I'm going to be practicing every day. And this is what I would encourage you to do this week, today, actually. Create your 1 or 2 thoughts. You can add to it as you go, but I think it's not as overwhelming to just like add just 1 or 2. And then every morning before you work, write those out on your planner, on your IPA sheet or whatever. Write out that thought, because that's what you're going to practice. And you're thinking, oh my word, this is so hard. Instead of just dwelling on that, oh, this is so hard, you're going to be like, nope, what if this is easier than I thought? Like, I'm so excited. Like, what if this is easier than I thought? This contest is going to help me grow so many more business builders. This contest is going to bring so many new people onto my Plexus team. Whatever your thought is. Yeah, pep talk is so good around this whole topic of mindset. Katie, put that in the comments. But okay, so that's the first thing. I really do like, there's the whole quote that like, your business is 80% mindset, 20% skill. And I really believe so much of that is true, because again, like you're going to have feelings from your thoughts, and then you're going to take action from those feelings. Oh, and so, okay. So I forgot to put this in there. So how do you want to feel about this contest? Like, how do you want to feel? Like, I want to feel confident. I want to feel excited. I want to feel purposeful. I want to feel like this is fun. Those are feelings that I want to feel. And so I'm going to create thoughts around that. Like, something, let's see, one of the ones that so many of my team are going to earn this cruise. Like, that's that makes me feel excited. That sounds fun, because we're all going to hang out. We're going to get like the cutest pictures together. It's just going to be a blast. And so I'm going to create thoughts around that give me the feelings that I want to feel around this contest. And so that can kind of help you too, as you're like creating a thought, like, what do I even say? So there's that. Katie is going to, and does anyone have any questions around that really quick before we move on?
I do. I have a quick question.
Yeah.
So are we, how do I want to word this? Is there any way that we're going to do like something to help keep each other accountable? Like, are we going to try to like not partner up with people, but like, I know like we have like the team chat, which is a big thing, but like if we want more one-on-one, like should we just like put it in the chat? Like, hey, do you want to be like my accountability partner for this challenge? Like, because I know that's like a huge one for me. So I don't know if other people feel that way or not.
I love that. I think it's definitely so important. Like a power partner, I think is what you're meaning. Is that what you're talking about?
Also, Joe, Katie, to answer that, Joe and I have planned power hours that are happening the rest of this week around the cruise. And also moving into next month, our book studies on the 1st of May. And for anyone working on the cruise, we're going to have you stick around after, I think it was afterwards, right, Joe? And we're doing a work from home together power hour for cruise activities. So we do have things in the work. So it's neat that you brought that up. But yes, and if we all wanted to have like a cruise push chat, if people get overwhelmed with chats and that's not helpful, we don't have to do that. But it is something we could do if people find that helpful. So we're all in for all the ideas.
Yeah. And I will say, because I remember earning my first cruise, I was power partners with Emily and Jordan. And it was super helpful, because we all have our days where it's like discouraging, or we're like working so hard and we're not seeing the fruit yet. And we're like, what in the world? This is impossible. And that's where your power partner comes in to be like, no, you can do this. And then vice versa, when they're down and you can lift them up. And so I will actually put a post in the team page that's like a power partner accountability post. And in the comments, everyone can call if you want a power partner, you're looking for someone like that. You can put in the comments a little bit about yourself, your rank, your goals, and like what that way, just a little bit. So someone who's like looking for one too can kind of see a little bit about you as they're looking in the comments to see if maybe you'd be compatible. And then that can be a fun way to find someone too. And it took a few tries for me. Like I was power partners with someone and we just like 2 or 3 times, and it just wasn't the greatest fit. And so don't be discouraged if that happened and you're like, it's just not the greatest fit. Like keep trying, because you will find someone and it's so much more fun, I promise. And you have to, like being a power partner, it does take work. When we first became power partners, like we talked every day in a chat. And we just shared like what we struggled with. We shared our like strengths. We shared like our goals. Like we talked every single day, 5-6 days a week. And that was really, really important. So it takes some work. You have to get to know someone, but it can for sure be worth it. So I'll put that post on the team page tonight. Go ahead. If you're looking for someone, go comment a little bit about yourself, and hopefully you can find someone through that. And then Katie is going to share a little bit about just some thoughts around earning the cruise. We were chatting earlier, and I just thought it was so good what she was sharing.
Yeah. So like Joe said, we were chatting about this call and just the cruise in general. And as we're breaking it down for our teams, which Joanna's going to do that. So that's coming. Stay tuned. And I was just thinking, we can have all these wishful thoughts like, oh, a free trip. Oh, cruise. That'll be nice. I wish I could earn that. Wishing's not going to earn this. And no one's going to get on the ship on accident. Like that's just the bottom line. If you earn a spot on the cruise, you earned it fair and square. Like this is about growing your close network, which means a lot of hardcore business work. And what's not going to happen is you throwing out a bunch of messages to have quantity, like 300 business person reach out. You could possibly do that like before the end of the month, but is that quality, or is it just a bunch of numbers and you're trying to like, we're not out for numbers with this. We are, but not the amount of just like, you're not just throwing it out to check a box. We are out for genuine like reach outs and follow up and messages, like just the nitty gritty and hardcore version, because throwing a bunch of messages out is not going to necessarily always benefit you the way fewer messages that are truly genuine are going to benefit you. You could put 300 messages out and maybe sign 12 people, or maybe you could throw out 50 to 100 messages over the next few weeks of people that you have really worked for and been consistent, talking to and being in their stories and commenting on their posts and like really doing that. Because in the end, like Joanna said, this contest is going to bring you business builders. So something to remember is it's not necessarily quantity over quality. We want the quality because you're not just trying to grab people, you're trying to grab people who are ready to go with you. And posting about the business is going to be a huge piece of this. Like I've gone through a lot of our different walls and friends and like sidelines walls, and I've noticed that a lot of people will post daily about their pink drink or every couple times a week, but they're really not posting as much about the opportunity. And earning a cruise means you're working your business. It's not just sharing about your product. So it's going to be really important to offer what Plexus has to offer. And because if you get level 1 signing on who want this and start running right away, you're going to double, triple your points because they're going to start sharing, and versus a product taker, which is great. But we're here to offer both things. So just keep in mind and maybe like be strategic about how you're posting. Like today, post about your pink drink, but tomorrow I'll mention the opportunity. And maybe if you haven't earned yet, say my friend did this and I joined and I'm doing this too. Like you can share other people's belief until it's your own, or you can share other people's success until it's your own. And to me, success is filling up your gas tank without having to like think about it, or adding on the extra, dessert after dinner if you wanted to like pay for dessert, or like getting a coffee out. Like those are successes. Those are what people want. And that's what they're cutting out of their life right now. So just remembering that being very have quality over your posts, your reach outs, and then being open to sharing the business and having that belief behind it. I think that's really going to go a long way. And also you can't wish it. You have to work for this. And when you step on that ship, you're going to be so grateful that you decided now and you didn't give up and you made it, because I know every single one in this call has the potential to do that. So I'm super excited.
So good. Yes. And like, that is how I, first became really interested in doing the business, was through Facebook posts. It wasn't my sponsor saying, hey, you should do this business with me, or, hey, do you want to add 3? Her and I joined the same month. I joined like 2 weeks after her or something like that. So it wasn't anything like that. I was seeing posts. It was seeing like our uplines posting things like getting their car or like their paycheck, things like that is what grabbed my attention. And it really is those things, like Katie said, are life-changing, filling your car tank with gas. One of the things, so Brent and I, we have thought over buying firewood. I still remember this. It was in Arizona and it was $7 for this bundle of firewood. And I was like, are you even kidding me? Like, we're going to go start a campfire in the woods. Why are we buying campfire wood when we can just collect it? And $7, like we were so broke, like that stressed me out. And like, so it's a big deal. Those little things that sound little, maybe they're not. You don't have to have like this massive paycheck to be sharing those things. So just an encouragement with that. But one of my favorite things about earning the cruise is that, like when you earn it, like you're going to be among like the top leaders in Plexus, because this is a little bit of a challenging contest. And so it's really, really cool to be on a cruise for, is it like 4 days? Surrounded completely Plexus people. You get to meet new people, make new friends. You get to hear and like learn from people and what they're doing that's working. And it's really, really special. And so that's going to be so fun for y'all. All right, I'm going to share my screen and I'm going to show you a breakdown of, hopefully you can see this. Okay. Here is a quick breakdown of how you can earn the cruise as a silver. And so obviously this is going to vary depending on, like, maybe you had a really big month last month. I know a lot of you did. You signed a lot of level 1s and 2s, which is going to benefit you this month if you help them reorder. So this varies. It depends on your rank and all of that. And so if you need more help after this Zoom of like exactly specific to you and what your business looks like, you can get with your sponsor and they can help you break it down. But this is more of like a generic, like if you're a silver, you just have 3 people on your team, you didn't sign anyone last month, this is how you can earn the cruise. And so you get credits from now, like starting now, but you at least, okay, for the rest of April, you get credits for signing level 1s and for signing level 2s. And for anyone who signed last month, you also get credits if they reorder this month, if they're a level 1 and a level 2. Which the power hour after this is going to be focused on customer care, and we're going to focus on that. But say you didn't sign anyone last month. This is what you're going to want to focus on. If you sign 3 level 1s before the end of April, you're going to get 45 credits. And then if you help 3 level 1s, each add someone, or if you help a level 1 add 3, however, you just add 3 level 2s somehow. That's 15 credits, and you're going to have a total of 60 credits to start the contest, which is so fun because on May 1st, when the tracker goes live, you'll already have credits, and that's super motivating. And then in May, now you'll see at the bottom of May's credits where it says double, because corporate told us that 1 month of the contest will be doubled credits, but they did say that we don't know what month that is. I put that for May because that's the lower credit amount. And so just to be on the safe side, but it could be June, July, August. We don't know for sure, but for sure, we do know 1 month will be doubled. So that's really exciting. Okay. So in May, if you sign 4 level 1s, 60 credits, help 2 level 1s from April that you signed, because you're signing 3 in April, help 2 of those reorder in May, $100 or more, help 2 level 2s reorder, and then help 1 go silver, because when if you help someone go silver by adding 3 new level, like you help them add 3 and they went silver, you're going to get 25 credits for helping them go silver, and you're going to get 5 credits for each of those people that they added. So that's where the 40 comes from. And then based on those numbers of like what you did in April and then what you did in May, you would rank to senior silver, which is so exciting. And you would get those rank up credits of 60. So your total credits in May would be 200. If it's doubled in May, then it would be 400. And then in June, the numbers are bumped up just a little bit, because here's the deal. And I'm going to show you another graphic here in a second of the actions that you can focus on to help you get these numbers. Because action really is the key here. Consistent daily action. But if you're consistently doing this action sheet I'm about to show you, your chances of adding more as the contest goes on actually goes up. Because if you're consistently reaching out and following up, like you're going to have more and more people in your funnel that you're like, for instance, like I sign more people now than I did earlier on in my business, because that consistency, it compounds, and like you're in more conversations and people just need some time. So maybe you reach out to a brand new person this month. That's just to start the conversation. Very rarely are they going to sign up like from that first conversation. Once in a blue moon, magic happens and they do, but it doesn't happen often. It's just to start the conversation. And then as you follow up, they're interested, you plug them into, like you follow the convo flow, you're following up, and then say like July, they're ready to sign up. And so you can see, but like in April, you signed people because you followed up from those people that you reached out to in like January, February, March. And so you can see how like that consistent daily action is you can sign higher numbers the further you get into the contest. So in June, you sign 5 level 1s, you get 75 credits. You're going to help level 2s reorder. You're going to help your level 1s reorder. This is why we've been hyper-focused on like customer care. It's so important. And I will say, like, I've already seen incredible results like of people reordering in April from March because I've been so much more intentional with customer care. Like it works. Like if you're intentional with customer care, you have a system. Our team has one in our team page that you can get inspiration from, or you can follow it exactly, or you can use it to like make your own. It doesn't have to be exactly what I do. It just has to be some type of system that's helping you take really good care of your customers. You actually want to be more, like you want to be talking with them more after they sign up than the follow-up that you did to help them get signed up, because we want to help them get results. And then in June, if doing all these activities, you're going to go gold because you would have enough, like helping the 5 level 1s order, 4 level 1s from the previous month reorder, helping your level 2s reorder, help 2 go silver. You're going to rank gold, which is so exciting because you're going to get that $250 bonus. If you fast start gold, it's double. So it's $500. Also, when you help a level 1 fast start silver, you get a $50 bonus for that, which is so fun. So like your paycheck is going to go up, which is, I feel like, what we mostly want here. And then your total credits would be $295. And July, it's very similar. You can kind of see it's adding a little bit each month. And then your total credit. Oh yeah. So after all those months combined, your total on the right-hand corner here, it's 1,365. I intentionally added some extra credits because you need 1,250 to earn the cruise. But if someone makes a return, you get those credits taken away. And so I added in some extra just for some cushion, because that's normal. Like people make returns. That's not like, it's not abnormal. You can do the most amazing customer care in the world, and sometimes people still make a return. So just expect a little bit of resistance. It's normal. It's not like you're doing anything wrong. But okay, now this next slide, hang on. Oops, let me show you. Okay, so this one is one that I created because I don't know, it helps me to have a visual. Like I plan to make this as my screensaver actually. And what's even more fun, if you put, instead of like, what did I put at the top? This thing is hiding it, I can't see. Oh, daily action, 5-6 days a week. I'm actually going to put my like top goal. So maybe you want to earn the cruise cash along with the cruise. Maybe you want to earn the travel cash or the exclusive entertainment or the shopping spree. You guys, the shopping spree is after the retreat. So after the cruise is over, it's so much fun. Like it's sad to go home. You're not going home. You actually get to stay for like 2 extra days and spend $2,500 and some fancy shopping spree. And the really cool thing with the shopping spree too is that you get a $500 travel stipend to pay for your plane ticket. And so you basically, like you fly for free, basically, just your guest, you'd have to pay whoever, like if you're bringing your husband, you'd pay for his ticket. And then they put you up for the shopping spree. Like the last time we went on the cruise, it was like 2 nights and they paid for it. So I'm assuming it's probably similar. So on the 7th, or no, on the 6th, the night of the 6th and the night of the 7th, they're most likely going to be putting us in a hotel, whoever earns the shopping spree. And then they do like fun, like reception, and they have like this fancy food, like it's so fancy. And so if that's your goal, what I would encourage you to do, whatever goal, whatever, if you want to extra, if you're going for something above the cruise, put it on this graphic, or like, it's like just kind of like an affirmation. that it, like what you focus on expands kind of thing. And so I'm going to put this as my screensaver because this is what I'm going to be doing 5 days a week. And I'm going to put on my goal at the top so that it just reminds me, which is to be top 10, which is kind of scary, but that's it. Okay, so here you go. Super simple. Here is where the magic is going to happen, is in this daily activity. And it's not complicated. It is really simple. It's not always easy. It's not always the funnest thing ever, I would say, but it is fun when you see success and things start happening because you did the action. And so 10 minutes networking in groups, adding 3 friends. I think that's really important. Even if you have tons of friends, you haven't talked to them all, I still encourage people to be growing their network because that way you never run out of people to talk to. Because if you're like, I got stuck at gold because I wasn't doing that because I didn't know about it yet. And I got to a place where I literally had no one to talk to. And so then I went through this process of like networking in groups and making new friends. And it takes a while. Like it's not an instant thing. You don't just add 3 friends and like sign people. But if you're doing this consistently over time, then you're building those relationships through being friends on Facebook, and you're never going to run out of people to talk to. And 10 minutes, it really only takes 10 minutes a day. The next thing is be social, like go reply to people's stories, comment on people's Facebook posts, and wish happy birthdays. It takes about 10 minutes. 30 minutes for sending 3 new reach outs, 2 follow-ups, 1 customer care check-in, 1 ask to share. So what that would look like is you have someone who joined last month maybe, or they love their products. You're going to say, oh my goodness, like you can totally earn $400 this month by grabbing 3 friends to do this with you. Would you be willing to post a post? Or can I host an event for you? Or they shared a win with you and you're like, oh my goodness, you need to share that. I bet you have so many friends who could relate to that. Like you would be able to help people or whatever. It can look like so many different ways, but that's like asking, that's like what I would consider an ask to share, because that's how we're going to get people to, over time, like go silver and beyond. And then a business builder check-in. So if you have someone who's also working the business, maybe you don't yet, so you wouldn't do this one, but check in, see how they're doing, see if there's anything you can help them with, or whatever, maybe send them a video that you loved that was super helpful that you know that would help them in this stage of their business, or send them, maybe you sent a message out as a new reach out and someone responded, you could send it to them and say, oh my goodness, I just sent this and I got a positive response. Here's an idea if you need it. So business builder check-in. If you do 3 new reach outs every day, 5 days a week for the month, that is 60 new reach outs. And then if you're doing 2 follow-ups a day, 5 days a week, then that is 40 follow-ups. That's 100 people that you talk to. So your chances of signing 5 people, 10% of that would be 10 people, but it kind of depends. It could be 10, it could be 5. I would say on the safer side, 5. But if you notice on that breakdown that I gave of like how to earn Leaders Retreat, there was 1 month where you needed to add 6, but all the other ones were 5 or 4 or 3. And so if you're doing these things every day and being consistent, your chances of signing 5 people a month are very high. And like Katie said, quality over quantity. So we want you to send 3 quality messages rather than 10 of like copy and paste message. I always like to go make sure I look at someone's Facebook post or Facebook feed before I message them. Sometimes you don't realize that like they had a family member pass away or something like that. And so you want to just be careful because you for sure don't want to message anyone who just like went through trauma or something. And then I also like to take that time to like interact on their post. But that's just an extra tip for that. But anyway, so if you're doing these things, like you're going to be able to sign your people like that quota each month. And then 20 minutes to post on Facebook. Like Katie said, like posting is so important. That is like saying you're open. It's your open sign. Your posts bring credibility to your messages. Like posting is really important to go hand in hand with messaging. I plan to post in my stories every single day. This is something I try to do anyway, but posting in my stories about Plexus every day along with life. So I will post like what I had for lunch. I'll post like maybe a quote. I'll post what my son is wearing for the day or whatever. And then I'll post like I just posted right before the Zoom how I worked out, went for a walk, and like clean energy, mental clarity drink before I hop on a Zoom. And so like I just incorporated Plexus into my stories. And I plan to like talk about Plexus every single day in my stories. And then on my Facebook feed, typically I'll do like 60-40, like 60% things outside of Plexus and 40% Plexus, whether it's about the business or about the products, a testimonial. It's just super important, and it really doesn't take a ton of time. So that's 20 minutes. And then this is all extra stuff below that is team building. And so if you have a team, this is where you're going to help your level ones with customer care. So important, because when they have their people reorder, you're getting credits. And especially if you like help someone like add their mom or something, they might not even be doing the business. They just might be here for like, because they wanted to do it with their mom. Most people aren't really doing this for the business in the beginning before they go silver or senior silver. They're just doing it maybe to snag the bonus for fun or whatever reason. And so they're probably not going to be like invested in customer care. And that's where you come in to help them with that. Especially it's helpful if like you're in a three-way chat with like, maybe you help them sign their person through a three-way chat. So you can help with that customer care in that chat. If they are doing the business, like they're like, yes, I'm doing the business, I'm building, I want, these are my goals. Then you can just like help coach them like, okay, this is what I did for customer care, and just help them to learn about it. So they know, like there's that post in the team page, it's pinned to the top, it's customer care, it's the 101, exactly how to do it. The scripts are in the comments, it's super helpful. There's actually also a video I just put in the comments of that post that I watched yesterday. Brittany Howard made it with her team. She's a diamond with Plexus, and it's really good. She had some diamonds from her team share their tips on customer care. One of them had like 84% retention rate, which you might not know what that means, but it basically means that's amazing customer care. Like that's really, really good, especially for like a diamond with a huge team like that. And so their tips are really good. It's a short video that's in the comments of the customer care post on the team page. I would highly recommend you watch that. So that's going to really help you. Another thing for team building, like host an event, because maybe you sent your one ask to share and they said, yes, I would love to. And so maybe you're going to host an event for them. So this is where you would spend that time, like helping them know what to do, send messages, invite people, make a post, all that stuff. Something fun to do for team building is do a fun team giveaway that encourages action and not results. So that would look like encouraging them to, if you have a smaller team, like just being consistent with their products, like only like post a selfie of your pink drink in your stories, or post a selfie of your pink drink here in our chat. If you have like a team customer care chat, like something fun like that, it's encouraging them to be consistent. Or if you drank all your water today, vote on the poll, we're going to do a giveaway, or something like that, where it's encouraging them to be consistent. Or if it's like a business related one, it could be like every 5 messages that you send gets you an entry into the drawing for this giveaway. Because the actions is what will produce the results. And so you're celebrating and encouraging that action, which is going to give the results. And then host a team power hour. If you have a team, like work together, it's so much fun. You could even like all grab a coffee and like have a coffee like together while you're working virtually, and just go through this list together. And then grow yourself. So important every single day while you're doing laundry or taking a walk or doing the dishes or driving in your car, hop on a training or a podcast, something to help you grow and learn how to better like lead your team, grow in like product knowledge, or grow in like, if silvers is something that you're struggling in, go like watch all the things on YouTube about how to help people go silver. Cause you just type in like Plexus silver, Plexus, develop leaders, or Plexus, mostly if just Plexus silver, you're going to find all kinds of stuff. And then whatever book you're reading, if you're reading a book currently, we have the one that our team is doing, which is right here. If you haven't gotten it yet, we start on Monday, so you have time to get it still. Exactly what to say, the magic words for influence and impact is what we're going to be doing on starting Monday. So if you have a personal growth book, like 10 pages in a day, just consistently, it doesn't take a ton of time. You could probably get through, I mean, outside of the team building, because that just kind of depends on what you're doing, but everything else, the grow yourself, the 20-30 minutes of like all the things, I mean, that you can see even just like the first half of the graphic where it's like groups, Facebook, social, be social, reach out, send messages, post those 4 things. That's like an hour, basically hour and 10 minutes. So that's not a ton of time. Like you can knock that out in the morning and you're done. Like you did the things. And so you don't have to be on your phone all day. We don't want you to be on your phone all day because that's not fun for anyone. But if you're just intentional and what can be super helpful too, I'm going to stop the share. I'll put these graphics in the team chat. What can be really helpful is the night before, your next day, just write out who your 3 people are that you're going to reach out to, who you're going to follow up with, who you're going to check in with, who you're going to ask to share. Just, it takes like 10 minutes. Write out your names of people. You can even, I've done this too, where like I'll prep my post for the next day. Like, okay, this is like, I need to make a business post. So like, what do I want to post about? I'll think about it. Like I like to pray and ask the Lord to give me like post inspiration. And then I'll like start to create the post, and you can save it. You can post it to Facebook to you only. And then you can just have it sitting there. And then when it's time to go post, you can just like copy and paste and make a new post, and boom, it's like, quicker. And so putting in a little bit of prep work the night before can be super helpful, 10, 20 minutes of like knowing exactly what you're going to be doing, when you're going to be doing it. Maybe you need to get up 30 minutes for your kids. Maybe you need to do it during nap time. Maybe you're going to get to school 30 minutes early before picking up your kids to work in your car. Having a plan is going to be really helpful because you can do a lot in those little bits of time if you just have a plan. And yeah, any questions? Sorry, this went on a little bit longer than I planned, but hopefully it was helpful. Oh, Katie was going to end it, and then we'll move on to our power hour.
Okay, guys, are you ready to get to work? I'm just so excited. Like I'm just sitting over here thinking of everybody on the ship. And a couple of things came to mind when I was pushing for my first cruise the very last day. And I just shared this yesterday, but I was a senior gold. And I remember one of our uplines, Adrian, sent me this video by Jill Renfro. And she's like, you have to stop right now and watch this. And I remember thinking, this is the last day. I have like so much more that I have to get done. I cannot stop and watch this. But I like whipped together some peanut butter and jelly sandwiches and I watched Jill's video. And it was just kind of like, that's right. I can do this. There's still time. And I remember feeling like I have given it my all these last 3 months. I have nothing that I have like feel bad about leaving. Like I don't have guilt over not working. I have done it. I have sacrificed. I have focused. And I just like, it just renewed me. And so like, watching that now and determining like I am not going to have any excuse, and that does not mean we're working 24/7 from now on until August 31st. Like that is not the goal. And Joanna broke this down so beautifully that it's so attainable. And whatever prize you're after, if you're over getting on the ship like that right there, you do those every single day, then Lord willing, that will be enough for you to get on the ship. If you're a big overachiever and want the shopping spree, I just remember I was going for another contest and I was given the like counsel of, if you want to get the basic prize, this is what you need to do. And you need to double it to get the shopping spree or whatever prize you're going for. And so that just became my goal. Like if I need to sign 3, I'm just going to shoot for 6, and that's going to be my prayer. And I'm going to write them down and I'm going to do it. And so depending on what your goal is, you can figure that out. But the basics that Joanne has broke down in that list of things to do, if you are doing the things and you don't have excuses and you're truly doing that consistent quality work, you should not have any fears. And what you focus on expands. So if you're focusing on, I'm doing this, like the Lord is leading me, business builders, like I am a magnet for people like wanting to get healthy. Like they're coming to me. I'm good at what I do. Like you have those prayers over your business and over your team. Like the Lord will bless us. Like he promises that he's just faithful to give us good things and also to ask for them. Like pray. I told Joanna today, I am going to pray over my business, my team for this contest, like daily, because it's amazing going on a cruise with your husband and being there, but it's so much more rewarding earning things with all of your people, like just getting them there. And like, that is my heart. That's who I want to be there, all of you on this call. And I think that truly, if we can focus on the positive, leave the negatives, that you will start seeing opportunities. When I'm focused on something, you expands. And so you're going to start seeing like, okay, all of a sudden, so-and-so has health problems and you notice that in your feed, or someone's going to come up to you at church and be like, I'm having migraines. Oh, it's a conversation you can have. Like look for opportunities and ask the Lord to send you people. Like he knows what your heart's desire is. He knows you're trying to bless your family and he knows you're working hard. Just ask him for ways to grow your business, post ideas, people to reach out to, ask him to send people across your path. Like if you pray over your business, like I can't wait to see what happens with that. So if you have not seen the Jill Renfro video, I would love for you to watch it on this side of the contest, not at the end, because if you watch it now, it's going to fire you up. You're not going to leave anything on the field. You're going to be so like at peace with knowing that you've given it everything that you could give it. If this is your desire, if you want to be on that ship and you want to earn that contest. So yeah, we're excited for you. If you still have questions over like, okay, I'm not a silver, I'm a gold and I've already hit those rank ups and I'm not really sure what I need to do, ask your sponsor. If your sponsor is not actively working or is not actively working for the contest and you don't feel like they're helping you, maybe that's not their goal right now. I don't know what it is, but if you need help, go to the next person above you, go to the next person above you until you reach me or Joe, whoever's above you. Like we are absolutely willing to help you break down so that this is made possible for every person who wants to earn it. Like, I don't care if you're level 7 or level 10, that does not matter in this contest. We want you on that ship. So don't feel like you're a bother. You are not a bother to me or Joanna. You may not even be in our, like, you may not even be in my team. You might be under Joe. If you need help or you ever have a question, reach out. Like we are in this together and we want you to know that like, we're just cheering each of you on. So thank you all for hopping on this call and we are going to jump into our power hour, which we have designed these next several days to end April super strong and get you in momentum and action leading into May with lots of credits. So Joe, take it away.